and welcome in or welcome back. It's a MonkieMar. Before we get into today's video, please make sure you click the like, the subscribe, and the bell for notifications. Hey guys, welcome in. Let's get into this newest update on Heidi Planck. And it's got some information regarding the Los Angeles County Superior Court and her ex-husband, of course. So this is basically exclusive. A new security footage shows missing mom Heidi Planck walking her dog near the LA apartment building before abandoned pet was found. As custody docs reveal, she has a history of psychotic breakdowns and bizarre behavior. And with that, guys, let's get into it. So this article is basically repetitive on as much as we know about Heidi going missing and the football game and not picking up her son from school and the ex-husband's bizarre words. Now I'm going to say this again. It can be very easy to blame Jason Sugarman. He is most obvious with his $43 million Ponzi scheme. But this husband, for some reason, does not sit well with me at all. So let's just touch on these bullets real quick. We know most of them. And I'm only going to touch on the first part of this article and then show the pictures, especially the one of the little boy's room. And then I'm going to give some final thought. New security footage shows missing Heidi Planck walking her dog near the Hope Plus Flower building in downtown LA hours on the day she disappeared. Heidi, 39, was last seen at her son's football game in Downey on October 17, 2021, and reported missing 3 days later when she failed to pick up her son from school. Child custody documents obtained by Daily Mail reveal Planck has a history of drug use, psychotic breakdowns, and bizarre behavior. Ex-husband James Wayne requested custody of their son in a 2015 declaration claimed he feared the boy was in immediate risk of harm from Heidi. He also said his ex-wife has a history of acting out in volatile ways and that she once checked herself into a psychiatric facility in October of 2015. He also recalled one incident when she trashed their then 4-year-old son's bedroom before jumping out of the window and climbing over a fence. This one changes a little bit, I've noticed. You'll see when we get down below. Neighbors called cops who found Heidi in a nearby backyard partially clothed, shutting an electrical circuit breaker on and off. Wayne was awarded full custody of their son, now 11, last month after filing court documents in Los Angeles County Superior Court 6 days after she disappeared. And we know why, because he wanted to seek therapy for his son, but he needed full custody. I don't like the husband. Let's touch on this part of the article and then I'm going to tell you why. I don't know. I just do not like this husband. I'm going to make a bullet list, not in this video, but when I go live and we discuss these court documents that are out against Heidi. He rubs me the wrong way. Something about him, the comments to her boyfriend, with all of these court issues that they've had since 2015, do you really think that this man was able to go to her house with his keys, get her phone, get her computer? I don't know. He's not adding up to me. Something is really shady about Wayne. New security footage shows missing bookkeeper Heidi Planck walking her dog near a downtown Los Angeles apartment building where her pet was found alone hours later on the day she mysteriously disappeared. And that little video was an hour after she was reportedly last seen. Yeah, explain that to me. The footage has emerged as court documents reviewed exclusively by Daily Mail reveal the 39-year-old mom has a history of drug abuse, psychotic breakdowns, and bizarre behavior. Here's another flag by the ex-husband. According to a statement from her ex-husband, Planck once trashed her then 4-year-old son's bedroom before jumping out of the window and climbing onto a neighbor's roofs semi-naked. So was she on a couple of the roofs? 1 roof, 2, 3? What is it? Bizarre. But this is somebody who's so concerned about her. You know, the father of their child has the phone, the laptop, the keys to the house, all those text messages, how worried they are. And then this comes out. I think he is trying to paint a dirty picture of Heidi, which even if this is true, let's just say, because there are court documents, I get this. But why are you putting this out here if your son's mother is mysteriously missing? Guys, make sure you drop your comments on this video too, because I am going to touch on some of these comments in my next live, which will either be tonight, 11/17/2021, or tomorrow, 11/18. So that was after she had told him she had to leave a Rite Aid because it was too intense, and repeatedly tried to feed him a plate of bacon as he was driving her home. Former husband Jim Wade made the statement in 2015 as part of his bid to gain custody of their son, who turned 11 earlier this month. So we know that she was last seen October 17th, left her son's football game halftime, didn't pick him up from school. She was seen walking her dog in that downtown Los Angeles area. The dog was found on the 28th floor, and Heidi and her car have not been seen since. The discovery of her dog at the Hope Plus Flower apartment complex had raised questions as to how the canine ended up alone 30 miles away from Planck's home in Downey. Wayne previously told Daily Mail that he wasn't aware of any links his ex-wife might have had to anyone in the building. But the video obtained by CBS LA from a resident confirmed Planck had been in the vicinity just before she vanished. Very strange. And it is strange that Jason Sugarman did go and bring her muffins, and we know that he's on a 43 million Ponzi scheme. We know Jason Sugarman's business partner, Jason Galanis, is currently serving a sentence of more than 15 years in federal prison in San Pedro, California, for multiple frauds. He was also ordered to forfeit $80 million when he was sentenced in September of 2020. Sugarman was seen on surveillance camera delivering a bag of muffins to Planck's home in the Rainier Village section of Los Angeles 2 days after she disappeared. And then in 2015, court papers, Wayne, now 63, and she is 39, said he feared his son was in immediate risk of harm from Planck. He said she checked herself into a psychiatric facility in October 2015, but on the second day there, she called him asking, "Can you please take me home? I am in a scary place," she added, "and they are molesting me." When he asked her why she left that way, she replied, "Every time I sit down to go pee, I have to poo." What? What in the entire F? If that is not like one of the strangest things I've ever heard, I don't even want to comment on that. I'm going to comment on my lives. She then asked why she had a C-section scar, denying that she had a child. 2 days earlier, Wayne, Planck, and their son had to leave a Rite Aid hurriedly. He took her and their son to her home and left, but before he could get home, she called and asked him to pick them up. When I got back, she was standing outside with her son, holding a full plate of bacon. The entire drive back home, she was offering bacon to me repeatedly and seemed slightly intoxicated, Wayne said. When they got to his house, Wayne, a hairdresser, said he went to watch football on the TV while his ex-wife and son went into the boys' room. About an hour into being in the room, I heard a very loud thud and crash. I didn't think to go into the room to check because our son was laughing and I could hear that he was okay. But a half an hour later, the boy called out. We're going to go over these court documents in my live. So there's a picture of the room that she supposedly destroyed and then jumped out the window and climbed over a fence. He was very excited and looked a little guilty and said, "Dad, you have to come see my room. My mom made a mess." Wayne said the room was in complete chaos. I looked out the window and could see what looked like her legs going over a fence. Neighbors called cops. That's like a funny image though. Who found Planck in a nearby backyard partially clothed, shutting an electrical circuit breaker on and off. Wayne and Planck were married in 2008 and divorced 4 years later after the birth of their son. In other papers filed in 2016, Wayne said his ex had a history of acting out in volatile ways. He said his son liked to play with a Nerf gun. One time Planck fired the toy straight at his face when he hadn't got a mask on for protection. What? When she complained she had hit him in the eye, she triumphantly told the boy, "Should have had your mask on." At Christmas 2015, Wayne took the boy to a Fat Burger. It's a Nerf. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the husband at all. He told me that he couldn't be there because the last time he was there with his mom, they were kicked out after she had torn pictures off the wall and thrown them on the floor. What? She also hated that their son did not pay enough attention to her. Once completing a Lego building with him and then throwing the finished project against the wall, she attempted to make up for that by being more of a friend to her son than a parent, Wayne said. I don't like you, Wayne. In 2017, when their son was 6, she and the boy were playing with Nerf balls and she pulled her shirt down so he could throw them down her cleavage. I'm not laughing at because of what he's saying, but is this made up? Why is he putting this out here if he's so concerned about finding his son's mother? I find this very inappropriate, Wayne wrote. When she saw me looking at her doing this, she immediately held up a cardboard paper in front of her. When the boy asked her to put it down, her response was so incoherent and irrelevant to their discussion that I noticed how odd she was being. That wasn't the only time that her conversation veered off in weird directions, according to her ex-husband. When the boy told her he wanted to stop playing Legos and have a Nerf war, she replied, "I had spaghetti next week." I don't know if I totally believe all of that. There might be some truth to some of it, but that's a little far-fetched. And, the boy's 11. What if he reads this? You know what? You're a shitty dad, in my opinion. And I think that you were involved in her disappearance. You just wanted to look like Sugarman, is what you want to do. Sugarman's the easy way out, isn't he? Me, personally, I'm going to vote on the husband at this point. Just got a weird feeling that he did all of this to get the child and he got what he wanted and he looked for a reason in a way that he could make it look like he had nothing to do with it. But this is my opinion. We're going to talk about this, guys, in my next live though. So drop them comments. Drop them. And when the boy asked her on the phone to bring his Nerf gun, she replied, "You want me to bring over a baby?" She consistently changed what he said in the call in order to not answer any of his questions, Wayne wrote. He got so frustrated that he ended up hanging up the phone. Wayne said his ex-wife was addicted to amphetamine, Adderall. He claimed she would go to 3 different doctors so she could get 3 separate prescriptions, making sure she always paid for the 2 of them in cash so her abuse wouldn't be discovered. Wayne made it clear during the custody hearings that he wanted his son to have a relationship with his mother, but he objected to anything other than monitored visits. I feel her conduct was not shown that she has reached a level that keeps her son out of harm's way, he wrote. The couple fought for years over who should have care of their son. Since 2017, they had joint custody. But Wayne was granted full custody after Heidi vanished. In court papers, he said he needed to put his son into therapy because he is completely distraught at his mother's disappearance. We are at the point where we have to expect the worst, and accordingly, I am requesting full legal and full physical custody so that I can get legally enroll the boy into therapy immediately, he added. This is an emergency. If we hear from authorities that Heidi has been kidnapped or has died, I fear that the boy will be extremely distressed, inconsolable, beyond his current mental state. I really want to put him into therapy right away to help him cope with whatever news may come our way. Yeah, you're shady, Wayne, the hairdresser. Something about you I do not like. And then let's not forget about the comment to Heidi's boyfriend that he worked in a rice field. Who is the one that looks guilty? We could blame Sugarman. Heidi knew everything that he was doing, even when his partner went to prison. Nah, it could be. I could be completely wrong. Jason Sugarman could be the one that got rid of Heidi. But I'm feeling like, in my opinion, that the husband is as shady as anything. That is it for this video, guys. Alright guys, drop them comments, drop them opinions. And with that, it is a wrap. I want to thank you all for coming in. Thank you for watching. Please like or dislike, whichever you prefer, and subscribe. Everyone have a good day or a good night wherever you are in the world, and stay vigilant. I am out.